Right, here again with Lerato Dlamini, and it's sort of the drill now. Stay in the gym, you're getting a lot of fights, but your big endeavors are going to have to wait until next year. How do you feel about this warm-up fight coming up?
There's no such thing as a warm-up fight, man. You know, every fight is big. You can't take any fight lightly because,
Your dreams.
you know, so I have to stay focused like all the fights that I have fought, you know.
Yeah.
And one step at a time, and my main focus is to focus on this fight, and then I will wait for the bigger fight when it comes.
And how have you been mentally preparing? I know that's obviously you said every fight's a big fight, but mentally preparing for this 8-round fight is a little bit different to what you've been doing in the last couple of years.
The mentality is still the same. I've been running the road work like I'm fighting 12 rounds, so nothing has changed. The routine is still the same. It's just 8 rounds or less, but the routine is still the same. Nothing's changing.
Have you been able to get a game plan? Do you know much about your opponents? I know that nothing has been released yet on your opponent, but have you been able to, you know who it is? So
Yeah, no, I haven't actually, to be honest with you. I haven't watched his videos. I'm just being prepared on what I have to do. But he has a good record, 6 fights and 6 wins, you know. 2 wins by knockout, that's what I know. But rather than that, I've been prepared, you know, like I've been preparing, you know, getting good sparring, putting some good rounds, and I'm ready, man. Like that's all that matters, is just my readiness and my sharpness. Yeah.
well, I mean, we're talking about, you know, get through this fight. Obviously, going back to the Eastern Cape to the fight again. You boxed there previously, but get past this one. I don't know. I keep saying get past it, but like Las Vegas, LA, I mean, those sort of venues, I mean, that's where you belong.
Yeah, yes, man, you know, and I believe that everything has its own time. And it's like, every fight is important to me, like I told you, because like, one win brings me one step closer, you know, to me fighting there. You know, so when the time comes, I know that I'm going to be ready, you know, because I've been preparing, and the bigger the occasion, the better I fight, you know that. Yeah.
No, definitely, you rise to the occasion. But looking at, you were going to be fighting Ramirez now, but it's going to happen next year. You studied him a little bit. What do you think about the fact that it's a little bit longer than you expected?
Well, I was a bit disappointed when I heard that, you know, the fight is going to happen next year. And to tell you something, Ramirez is also fighting. He's getting a warm-up fight as well. He's fighting on the 5th as well, on the 5th of December as well. He's fighting against Mariaga, 10 rounds. I hope he wins, because Mariaga is no pushover, you know. Yeah, it's no pushover, so I hope he wins. But you know, I've been preparing for him, you know, just that now we had to switch sparring. No more southpaw, been sparring with orthodox. But it is what it is, man. But when the time comes, I'm going to win. I'm going to beat Ramirez, man.
Well, so the fact that it's like you're both getting warm-up fights means that there's going to be quite a build-up for this. I think there's birds in the roof or something like that. No? It's Christian Lobote walking in. Yeah. I thought the birds were in the roof. Making it. Anyway, you're both getting a warm-up fight. Does that build it up a little bit more than originally what it was going to be?
Yes, I mean, when I asked Cole about it, he said they're the ones who requested to get a warm-up fight. You know, they wanted a warm-up fight because his last fight, he fought against the southpaw. You know, so they want to get some few rounds with an orthodox. You know, yeah. You know, so I understood that, and I'm like, okay, if it's gonna happen, then let's also get a warm-up fight, because I can't wait for like a year, you know, without fighting. Yeah. So just to get some few rounds in, and then when the fight happens, we're both gonna be ready. You know, we're both gonna be ready for it.
So by the end of next year, let's get through the eliminator, but by the end of next year, your dream is to become the world champion.
Yes, most definitely. My dream is to become a world champion, you know, and it's going to happen, you know. Believe that now, like I'm in my prime, you know, I'm 27 now. Next year I'm turning 28, you know. Yeah. So like I'm in my prime and I'm getting better, you know. My physique as well, also like adjusting to the featherweight now. I'm getting bigger and I'm getting much stronger and sharper. So next year I'm gonna be a world champion, man. World champion.
So this fight now coming up is actually at a catchweight.
Yeah.
What's the discrepancy?
It's just gonna be 45 35 grams over the featherweight limit. So it's 57.50. I want it to be 57.50 because I don't wanna take a year without reaching the 57 limit, you know what I mean? Because it's gonna be much tougher next year if I don't do that. So at least now, if my body can go down to 57 point something, I know that I can still make the weight because I've been a featherweight for all my career, 6 years being featherweight now. So I just wanna keep it like that, and then I don't wanna struggle making weight. So that's why I wanted the fight to be at 57.50, not 58, 57.50. Yeah.
You mentioned now that your physique is changing, and I noted that you on social media you've been training with Hedda as well, doing strength and conditioning. I mean, have you felt the differences already?
Yeah, man, I have. Like Hedda, you know, my body was stiff. You know, as boxers we like to run, and we think getting endurance is the only fitness that's out there. But with Hedda, you know, I've learned a few things, and now my legs, they can move now like smoothly more than before. My power is improving as well, you know. So like it has helped a lot, man. Like we're learning in the sport. It's not just about the fitness, but it's also about the legs, you know, the conditioning of your legs, you know, the conditioning of your breathing, you know, and how to control the breathing and stuff like that. So yeah, it has helped me a lot.
So do you anticipate, I know we always say this every fight, you know, everyone says they get better every fight, but are you anticipating the changes that are made there to help you do a little bit more of what you want to do?
Yes, I am. I don't want to give up the game plan, but but I have, you know, I'm just anticipating like the work that I've put in for this camp to show on fight night. Yeah.
I want to get your opinion on fights that are happening elsewhere. Azinga Fuzile is fighting this weekend. Next weekend for the IBF world title. He was previously a part of this gym. How do you think about him?
I mean, funny enough, when was it? 3 years back? Oh no, yes, 3 years back. We were fighting in East London when I fought there for the first time. So we shared a hotel, him and I, and we would talk about moments like this, you know, like fighting for a world title, you know, and taking care of your family, you know. So we discussed that, and now it is time, you know, to accomplish his dream, you know. And I think he's gonna win it, man. Like he's gonna win it, you know. He's improved a lot now. He's back to his old trainer, you know. He's comfortable there, you know, and I think he's gonna beat Ogawa, man.
That's good. I know that you focus on your career as well, but there seems to be a lot of activity with South Africans emerging towards high positions now. You've got Nonchinga, he's going to be fighting Alvarado. You've got Tulani Mbenga, he's going to fight for WBC Silver. Tabiso Mshunu is a WBC Silver. So there's guys that are all on the verge of winning world titles, and if they do go ahead and do that, I mean, that'll be good for the country, including yourself with the eliminator.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you can check, we don't have any legitimate world champion, you know, like in South Africa. So right now, our hope is on Azinga to become a world champion, you know, like a legitimate world champ. Yeah. And it's good also for South African boxing, you know, to see so, like, few fighters, you know, getting that kind of recognition, you know, of fighting for legitimate titles, you know, and also putting South African boxing on the map, you know. So I think this is good for South African boxing, and I think in 5 years' time, we're gonna, like, the whole world will know that, like, we do have good boxers in this country.
So, for example, he's fighting on DAZN with Matchroom. You'll be fighting on PBC for your eliminator. I mean, these are big organizations that you guys are in.
Yeah, man, these are big. You know, like, these are big networks. You know, very huge networks. And like, I remember watching Adrian Brown on PBC when he lost to Porter. You know, and like when PBC first launched, it launched in 2014, and yeah, you know, and Bronner was the main event there fighting Porter, and like I was like, wow, one day I'm gonna fight there, and now it's happening, you know, it's happening, and we're gonna win, man, we're gonna win.
Do you think that you guys, when you get to that side, you know, Americans are like quite, you know, they like to sell their shows and get in your head. You think you're ready for all those sort of antics?
I mean, you have to be ready for anything in the sport, like, but the main thing is to stay focused on the goal, stay focused on what you have to do inside the ring, and like they can do all the stuff that they do, but just to stay focused and make sure that the stuff don't get into your head, and just go out there and perform.
Is there anything about going to America that worries you at all?
Not really, hey. It's just a dream come true, and it's like I'm not gonna go there for the hype, and just to take pictures and be like, yeah, I was in America, no, I'm there.
like some people that go to Russia.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I'm going there to win. Like I'm going there to win, you know, to win the eliminator and fight the champion. I don't know who's gonna be like next year, who's gonna be the champion, but I'm just gonna go there and get the win and prepare for the champion.
Right. So that's all that matters. There's no names. It's you want the belt.
I just want the belt. Doesn't matter who I fight. I just want to get that opportunity and win the title.
All right. So give us a prediction. I know it's only 8 rounds, but knockout of points for your next fights in East London.
You know, last time I said I'm gonna win by knockout, and the fight went the distance.
But you had fun.
Yes, I had fun. And like last year, I didn't say I'm gonna win by knockout, and then I did get a knockout. So for this fight, let's say I'm gonna win by points. Yeah, I'm gonna win. When I go the distance, get some few rounds, you know, shake out the rust, and then be good, and then good to go for the eliminator.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, Lerato. And lastly, sorry, before I forget, do you want to send a thank you shout out to anybody?
Yeah, man, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Astro Pass and Tel Steel. And also, I just want to thank Nomfisani for giving me an opportunity, because like I wasn't on the bill, you know, so they squeezed me in. I just want to give a massive shout out to her as well, and the whole of Rumble Africa. And that's that.
And very nice merch that you have.
Oh yes, man, I got it by Astro Pair. Wait, let me show you. See, it's right.
Sponsored by Astro Pass, as you can see.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lerato.
Thank you so much, brother, man.